Good morning, good noon, good evening, whatever time and place you're listening to us from, straight from the 909. It's Mark, Ali, myself, Isaiah, and together,
that's hip hop.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really means a lot. Today we're talking about a larger-than-life hip-hop triple threat pioneer. Dwight Arrington Meyers, better known as Heavy D, as the frontman, Heavy D and the Boyz. He brought a unique blend of charisma, talent, and innovation that helped shape the genre in the late 80s and early 90s. Known for his smooth, cool, infectious energy and stage presence, Heavy D carved out a niche for himself as one of the first rappers to make hip-hop both commercially viable and widely accessible without sacrificing lyrical skill or integrity. His hits like Now That We Found Love and Nothing But Love combined catchy hooks, just uplifting themes, making him a crossover star who could appeal to both hip-hop heads and mainstream audiences. Today we're talking about Peaceful Journey, the third album by the rap group Heavy D and the Boyz. It was released July 2nd, 1991. Such an early time in hip-hop, by Uptown Records, and was produced by Pete Rock, DJ Eddie F., Teddy Riley, Marley Marl, legendary producers, man, and Howie T. This marked the group's first album since the death of member Trouble T. Roy, who died almost a year before this album's release, and several songs on the album pay tribute to him. Though it wasn't as successful as the group's previous album, Big Time, the album was able to reach platinum status, and it made it on number 21 on the Billboard 200 and number 5 on top R&B and hip-hop albums chart. The total length of this album was 66 minutes and 41 seconds. Singles were Now That We Found Love, Is It Good to You, Don't Curse, and Peaceful Journey. Ali chose this album this week and wanted to ask you what led you to choose this album, Ali, for us.
Yeah, so I knew this when my turn came around again. I knew I was going to do a Heavy D album just because I just feel like he doesn't get enough credit for all he's done in hip-hop, not just as an artist, but just through connecting different people and different genres and different artists, different producers, different movements. He's really responsible for a lot, whether it be, getting Al B. Shore signed to Uptown Records, getting, Puff his internship at Uptown, getting Jodeci signed to Uptown, because he overheard their demo getting played, and they were going to pass on Jodeci. But he heard them. He said, nah, bring him in for an audition. I think they're going to do well. And sure enough, they kill the audition. Jodeci gets signed. He was responsible for, getting Teddy Riley on the Michael Jackson album for Dangerous, linking them together. He did so much. He's the only rapper ever that did a song with Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson.
That's kind of crazy, huh?
No other rapper can say that. There's some that have done with Mike, some with Janet, but none with both.
And not only that, but Michael Jackson said that he's his favorite rapper or something like that.
He was his favorite rapper. At the time, he was his favorite rapper. He personally called him in to put him on the album. And just quick story on that. He called him in, Hev heard the song. He was like, it's not that good. He didn't like it. But he was like, it's hard to tell Michael Jackson no, but he mustered up the courage to do so. Told him it wasn't that good. He said, well, what does it need? He said, bring in Teddy Riley. Rest is history. They do Dangerous together. And then Mike calls him back to rap on Jam because he hooked him up with Teddy Riley. That was kind of the favor for a favor.
Yeah.
So
now they have trust now.
Yeah, so he's done so much in hip-hop. I just feel like we just needed to highlight him. And then this album in particular, I was debating between Peaceful Journey or Nothing But Love, because Nothing But Love is actually my favorite Heavy D song. But I chose Peaceful Journey because of the song Don't Curse, and just because the spirit the album was created in after Trouble T. Roy passed away. I just feel like this was like a passion project for them. You know what I mean? This was like a way of healing.
Kind of like Bone Thugs and Harmony after E passed.
Yes, for E99. Yes, same thing. So like they poured their emotion and their feelings toward their fallen, bandmate and friend into this album. And I just feel like that whole time period from this album spawning over to Pete Rock and CL Smooth's first album, they reminisce over you in honor of, Trouble T. Roy. I feel like that entire movement was just spawned from his passing because he just was so beloved in hip hop. You know, he wasn't an artist, he wasn't a producer.
Plus, I hear that he knew him for like since an early age.
Oh yeah, they were friends since childhood.
So yeah,
they were friends
imagine
since
that.
childhood.
That's even deeper than just a colleague.
You lose a childhood friend. I mean, they all said he was the group. I mean, he was the glue of the group because he had close relationships with everyone in the group, and then they all became friends through being in the group. And then him being a friend with Pete Rock, and they, like I said, they make the song and all of that.
What's unique about this is that we have, for the first time on That's Hip Hop, at least that I could think of, we have an MC whose group consists of dancers.
Yes,
that's different.
Yes, they were hype men and producers. Eddie F was the DJ and producer, and then G Wiz and Trouble T Roy were like hype men and dancers.
Yeah,
and they'd also like help out on like some of the hooks and stuff too. So yeah, that's why I chose this album. Just the spirit that it was created in, and the song "Don't Curse" was just such a creative record.
Yeah, that's
like,
a sick track.
It's so creative. Like
I was surprised because I came into it not knowing the credits of who's on what.
Yeah.
So as I was listening to it, I was like, oh shit, like Big Daddy Kane's on this? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Q-Tip's on this. What the heck? Like it's just
everybody.
There's a surprise. Like
he created the concept because Heavy D, at this point he wasn't cursing in his music.
Right.
So he took it upon himself to do a song and bring in other great MCs, some of them well known for cursing. And just like, look, for this one song, for this one verse, don't curse.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a
great track.
Great track. The video's dope.
I don't know what Heavy D wants me to do. He says he wants me to do a song called "Don't Curse." I gotta still find the idea of what he wants with that.
Yeah. Don't curse.
It's just like I just feel like that concept is just so creative.
The creative itches that it spawned out of that. Like they flipped the word backwards to not curse. They spelled it out so they didn't have to curse. And it also is it's a dope track because I think of artists like Tretch and Naughty by Nature being creative in such ways where they can say something that typically would come out very vulgar, but they said it in such a PG way that
they were subtle about it.
Yeah, that it was able to still come across for those who are mature enough to understand what he was really talking about.
If you were grown, you caught it. If you were too young to know, it went right over your head.
Over your head. Just like any other great artist, who when I think of Clips, I think of them. Like sometimes theirs goes over your head.
Perfect, yeah. And then that's, like I said, just another thing with Heavy D. Like he was a voice that I heard a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From Is It Good to You being on the radio, Nothing But Love being on the radio, and then he did the theme song for A Living Color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was
he did some theme songs, that's right.
Some theme songs. He was, one of my favorite kind of slept on underrated cartoons, Wayne Head. He did a guest spot on that cartoon. So he just was a voice I heard a lot growing up. So, I feel like just a great connection to, his music. It just reminds me of childhood.
My intro to him was through Biggie's song, Heavy D up in the limousine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D in the. I didn't know who he was until I heard that that mention on Biggie's track. That was the first time I heard his name, and then I knew since Biggie was boosting him up, I know, okay, so this guy must be somebody he looks up to, but not only that, he must be a legend himself.
Oh yeah.
If Biggie's giving you props, because I think of Biggie, he's one of those top ones, and everybody's top 5 MCs. So if he's bigging up Heavy D, then that's somebody that pioneered the way.
Oh yeah.
So so I listened, I think, to a later album, and right away I could tell, dude, this guy got some nice flows. I think it was the album where he's dressed all in white.
Okay.
I think, I don't know if that's a later album.
He might have been one of his solo albums.
I think maybe one of his solo ones, but he was, in fact, I think it was one of his solo ones. And he just had this lyrical skill about him that right away I was like, okay, yeah, he got some lyrical skills, different style for sure. I think this is one of those MCs that is heavy on the charisma, forgive the pun, but heavy on the charisma piece, because that's what really shines through. His lyrical prowess, it's there, but it's not like, oh shit, what am I listening to?
Right.
It's just really kind of it's great storytelling. It's very fundamental. And but he's also versatile, in the same sense. He's able to switch it up on beats. That's also dope. But then you start to see him cross over, being able to act being able to dance. And this is a pretty this is a
big dude.
This is a big dude, you know, and he's
dancing.
What's it out dance moves and stuff like. We don't see that.
Nah,
you don't see Big Pun out here doing a bunch of.
You don't see a lot of MCs dancing.
Period.
That's for the first hurdle you have to deal with.
Plus, like so versatile, he was doing like Jamaican song, like reggae,
right? Because he's Jamaican.
Yeah, that's
he put his roots in his music too.
And R&B. You know, it's on that playing field that sound wave that it's also R&B hip hop, I guess you could say. So he was also very cool, smooth, had game, and man, his lyrics are for the mature audience. You could tell.
Yeah.
What was your introduction to Heavy D, Mark?
I like the point that you bring up, Ollie, where you're talking about if you were too young, you didn't know much of Heavy D, but if you were old enough, you kind of knew. I was in the too young for Heavy D kind of crew. Like I would see various cameos of him when he would do guest spots on like sitcoms.
Yeah.
And I also heard his track True Kula. The track called Jam Session on the NBA Jam Session video that I had. That one also had it, Eric B. and Rakim, Don't Sweat the Technique. And I told you about a while back.
Yeah.
He was overshadowed in my track listing by, again, you have a lot of New York rappers that did curse, New York rappers that were a little bit more on the, I would say, not like on the R&B tip like he was.
Yeah.
So listening to him later in life, you get to fully understand why people appealed to him, and he cast a wide net. He has
wide net,
he has the R&B hip hop fusion, and like almost planting the seeds, if not being a part of like the New Jack Swing.
Oh yeah.
Where
that's true.
Teddy Riley gets involved, and Teddy Riley's always been known as the like one of the founding fathers of it.
Absolutely.
So listening to him would have to be like the first time decently listening to him would be that NBA Jam Session tape I got. And growing up, even coming in later, he couldn't go wrong. The guy can't go wrong because he's able to use a versatile style, curse free, entertain on both forefronts where you're doing it live, putting on a show in concert, that checks
Great
that box.
performer.
Yeah.
And then even with track listings, even with just your tracks, features with Janet, features with everybody.
Yeah, you're doing it big time. You're doing it big time, and you're not folding under pressure.
And with all that, he still has the charisma enough to put Hunky Dory in a lyric. He put Hunky Dory in a lyric,
and it wasn't corny.
Got away with it, but only Heavy D could probably do that.
Pull that off,
yeah.
And I even want to go. I won't even want to go a step further and even say this: we're not in the reality where Heavy D is actually more marketable and more successful than Will Smith. They're about the same age.
Yep.
They're about the same age.
Came out around the same time.
There's a lot of similarities in terms of their career trajectory as far as entertainment on the concert stage, on the like actual like production with music and even acting.
Yeah.
Because even Heavy D did the Cider House Rules. He was actually in that movie. So we're just not a part of that reality.
Right.
Where if, and this is a lot of, I'm going to take the whatever, call me whatever. Yeah, but this is if Heavy D actually wasn't big.
So, okay, so
if he wasn't physically large.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. So you're going to tell me that we could exist. Like, you're going to tell me that we're better off existing in a world where there is no Will Smith? Like there is no Independence Day. There's no I Am Legend. There's no iRobot.
We haven't seen the Heavy D movies. So we don't know what to compare. But I'm saying like in terms of success, because Heavy D, you could argue with a lot of people, but Heavy D is a better rapper than Will Smith.
Yes. I'm playing devil's advocate again. But Heavy D ain't playing the lead Will Smith role.
Correct.
He's not playing the lead role like Will Smith.
Correct. Because he's
playing the prison guard. He's playing detective, but not.
This is you imagining Heavy D not heavy. That has to come with a lot of caveats.
Skinny D?
Well, he could still be Heavy D.
True.
But my thing is that
And please forgive me, Heavy D. I'm not trying to play with your name.
Rest in peace.
rest in peace, Heavy D.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
But it's
All
like
respects.
this is a reality where it's like he had that much within him to do that.
Yeah,
But you know,
I hear you
this
though, because it is kind of in that same boat, with the no cursing, very commercially a crossover.
Yep.
But he's also still lyrical. Like he got that the music in him that's there.
Yeah, don't imagine him next to oh man, it's drawn a blank. I'm drawing a blank. Voice of Shredder. Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil, James Avery.
James Avery. You can't imagine him next to James Avery.
Right.
How come you don't love me, Uncle Phil? Like these are two big dudes in the shot. No, it won't work.
Sandwiching Will Smith.
Right. I see what you mean.
But it's like, but there's a reality where he's a prominent star because of like it was just, it's within him to do.
No, I see what you mean. Like he was. I mean, he came in around the same time. Similar styles. As far as kind of on a fun tip with the music. Again, Heavy D did do some acting. He actually was on an early episode of Fresh Prince, ironically.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
he did do a guest spot on, as Heavy D.
He was trying to take over. That's why.
He was on
They do a
the
switch up
when Will was saying he had all these close personal friends that were famous, and Heavy D was one of them. But yeah, I mean, I can kind of see what you're saying. Like if it, if the chips lined up a certain way, maybe that could have happened.
Jazzy Fresh, Heavy D, and the Boys. Just all the planets aligned. No, but man, such legendary, iconic, episodes where he comes in on Living Single. I remember saying that.
He was on Living Single. Yep.
Being this love interest.
Yep.
And Heavy D, so smooth as the man is,
The overweight lover.
like he was. I think Queen Latifah said that she believes that he really actually did in real life charm the actress that was playing the one that he was swooning or whatever, which shows you like, dude really has it.
Probably was like, this isn't acting, baby. This is being for real.
Yes.
Let's throw the script away.
I mean, he
What
opened
script?
that door. I mean, you got. I mean, he opened that door though for Biggie to do what he was doing, and then with Pun to do what he was doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, we might not get Still Not a Player.
And we just
if
talked
Heavy
about
D's
that.
not around.
We talked about like Nas kind of being the forefather of Mobb Deep.
Right.
These guys that come later, and in a way, like you're saying, he's in a way kind of like that forefather of the big man MC,
the big smooth dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
He
making
opened that door.
marketable. Yeah.
And imagine if he did make those connections.
Yes.
What is the music landscape without Heavy D's connections? You're
He's
talking about a couple of branches of the hip hop tree not being there.
Right. Yeah.
We may not have gotten Biggie if it wasn't for Heavy D.
Yeah, because would they have given Biggie a shot? Because just off of his appearance alone, the lazy eye thing. And
Puff is not an intern at Uptown without Heavy D. He got him that job.
Oh yeah, they're right.
You see what I'm saying?
And so that definitely
Teddy
would've-
Riley one too.
Teddy
bro.
Riley,
that
you know what I'm
definitely wouldn't
saying?
have happened then because he literally got P Diddy the job.
Yes, he got him the job that led to us getting Biggie. Like he helped get Rough Riders started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a close friend with Wah who co-owned Rough Riders.
Right.
And he was trying to get out the streets, and it was like, yo, I see what you're doing in music. You got some advice. And he just said, look, put your money up. Find an artist that you want to build around.
Right.
And go from there. But get that one artist. Don't try to build a whole roster yet. Get one artist to build around. Then you get a crew. That one artist ended up being DMX.
That's crazy.
And then the rest is history.
That's crazy.
Like
dude.
he's done. He signed Soul for Real. The R&B group.
Yeah,
Like
remember that?
he's done so much in the game. That's why it's like again, Pete Rock. That's his cousin.
That's another connection.
You know what I mean? He inspired. He got Pete Rock more inspired to start making more music. He's like, yeah, my beats were whack at first, but Hev just said, just keep going, like just keep going. And
planting that seed.
Yeah, he's like, he put it in my head to keep going, and everything kind of just fell in place
The
after that.
Forrest Gump vibes going on with Heavy D.
Yeah, exactly.
He literally, he's just connected so much in the game.
Because I'm literally thinking, would we get Big Pun and Fat Joe had it not been for like this chain of reaction?
Maybe not. Like I said, we might have still gotten Big Pun, but we wouldn't have still got a player. Still not a player. I don't think we get that song without Heavy D's influence. He put that out there to be the big smooth dude.
Heavy D's the first one on the moon for all these other guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
We might have gotten Big Pun, but we might not have got his biggest record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, same with Biggie.
So soon, at least.
Right. At least at that point, maybe years down the line, but he opened that door first.
Yeah. Is there any other MC that's same kind of stature build right now that we can think of, like the big MC?
I mean, the last big one I could think of was Rick Ross. Yeah. He wasn't like the smooth ladies man. No. Like he would try
more the money hustler guy.
Right. But he wasn't on the smooth ladies man tip.
DJ Khaled wants to be that.
DJ Khaled, we the best music.
But yeah, Ross is probably the last big one I can think of that really like. But he wasn't, like I said, on the smooth tip.
You know what? Speaking of that, there's one artist that I swear to God, I didn't see until the moment I saw him. I thought he was huge, like in the literal, like physical sense. I thought Ja Rule was big as hell. I was like, his
voice made you think he was huge. He's like 5'7".
Holla. I was like, damn, this was. And then I see the music videos. I'm like, okay, where's the big dude at?
Where is he?
That's funny. That's funny.
Boys can do that.
I didn't have that
deception.
I didn't have that first introduction, so I saw the music video right
first. Yes, me too.
I didn't have that disconnect.
Me too.
Like that.
Me too.
That's interesting.
I heard Ja Rule on the radio first.
That's interesting how you saw it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about style for Heavy D here. What do you guys? What was your impression of his style? What did you guys get or take away from that?
I mean, like I said, smooth. Effortless,
definitely,
you know what I mean? I would say effortless is the first word that comes to mind. Like, it didn't sound like he was trying too hard. Even though he was nice, everything seemed like it came easy to him. You know what I mean? Like, and some songs, he's really, giving you some quick flows. And then there's other songs where it's like he's just talking to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? He has a song called, on the album, I think, Letter to the Future. That one is like just a conversation to, the next generation. He's not trying to be crazy lyrical on there. It's literally just a conversation, what he wants to see from the next generation. You know what I mean? And he knows how to go between the two. He knows when he's got to really bring it lyrically, and then other times when he can mellow out. He has a song with on Tupac's second album. There's a song with Pac, Biggie, Grand Puba, and Heavy D. Yeah, I think it's called I forget the name of it, but yeah, the four of them on one song. It's crazy.
Excellent songwriter. Like,
for sure.
From beginning to finish, he knows how to put a song together.
Mm-hmm. And he's very collaborative. You know what I mean? Again, for producers he gets with, again, obviously being in a group. Right. So even though he was the front man, G Wiz and Trouble T Roy and Eddie F, they all had input on kind of what the presentation was going to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's what it made Heavy D and the Boyz so different, because usually you hear about a rap group, they're all MCs. Right. But in this case, they weren't all MCs. Heavy was the MC in the group, but they all played their roles and they all helped make this entire conglomerate, mean something.
He had the fashion sense as well.
Oh, he would dress. He would wear the suits. I mean, because I saw an old documentary where Andre Harrell, who ran Uptown Records, he was like he said Def Jam was more like Come As You Are. He was like Uptown was more like what we want you to aspire to be. So, Def Jam is like, you coming off the street in jeans and Timbs, that's what you're doing.
That's what it is.
He said, you come in Uptown with jeans and Timbs, that's nice, but we're going to throw a suit on those jeans and Timbs, and we're going to get you popping champagne at the club. You know what I mean? It was more lifestyle, opulence that they wanted to kind of press. So even though that wasn't necessarily in Heavy D's music, it was the vibe of it. His stuff was played in, plush nightclubs, and, it could be, Now That We Found Love has a reggae, in influence. Yeah. So he could go many different realms of the parties, but then on the same tip, he could do a song like, like Don't Curse, where he's spitting with the best of them.
Yeah.
And that's what made him so dope. It was the versatility of being not only smooth, but having great actual delivery and lyrical ability.
The first couple words I wanted to actually come up with when we make this point is that he's playing it safe, but he wasn't. It was just literally his style. And how could anyone be mad at a style it's that talented? You look back at it, it's like, oh, he didn't curse. Wow, actually, he didn't even curse at all. Wait, this is like the fourth song he hasn't cursed. After that's over with, you appreciate it, and you're like, okay, great. He's like not like any other. He's not like other artists, but he's actually able to fuse jazz and R&B. Mm-hmm. He's actually he was able to get you rap and feel good music. Yeah. And marriage, like get that marriage going.
Yes.
Because with rap, a lot of it's not, there is going to be rap music with a positive spin to it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing that's gonna be like, I got a girl coming over, I could play some Heavy D.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Especially at that time in '91.
Oh, come on now.
Let it rain. Or was
Yep. Yep. Make it rain.
I don't want to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to cuddle and
Rain, let it rain, let it rain.
And even with that kind of song, we can even use "Let It Rain" as the example.
Yeah.
We know what the song's about.
Right.
Yes.
But Heavy D didn't ever get graphic.
Nope.
Yeah.
With any part of those lyrics.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was your mind playing those games.
Yes. You did
But-
your imagination.
now-
got
That's
to
a
be
good.
creative.
That's
Now,
a good MC
I'm gonna
trait
play
to do.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for those who are maybe thinking this or feel this, but like the Eminem said, the great Eminem, Will Smith don't got a cuss in his rap style records. Well, I do. So Kim, you too. So what do you think about when it comes to that side of the coin?
So what I'll say is, because on that particular instance with Eminem throwing
that was
direct,
a shot back.
that was a direct shot at Will Smith because I think it was the Grammys. I think Will had just won a Grammy.
Made a comment.
It was like,
and it was only obvious he's
right.
talking about
He was
Eminem.
like, he didn't necessarily talk about Eminem. He was more like, I didn't have to curse. I didn't sell any drugs in my music.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody getting shot. He really got specific on what he was not doing
Right.
and saying, but I still want a Grammy. So he really was trying to push home a certain message. Almost, I don't want to say downplaying, but for lack of a better word, kind of downplaying those that do that.
Yeah.
Whereas Hev never did that.
Have never even need to mention that.
He never did. He wasn't out there trying to be like, hey, criticizing Cool G Rap for his style of
Like,
music.
I'm doing this. I'm not cursing. I'm not
Right.
putting it over.
He didn't do that. He was his thing was just, look, you doing what you doing.
Okay.
This is what I do.
His style without the soapbox.
Okay,
Right.
but another devil advocate point, but did he win a Grammy to have the chance to do that?
A Grammy, I don't believe so.
He was nominated, I believe.
Yeah,
He's
he is Grammy
nominated,
nominated,
yeah.
but I don't think he ever won a Grammy.
Won one though. But still, he may have not said that either, though. He may have not made.
Yeah,
that point
I mean,
like this.
based on just what I've seen in interviews
Yeah.
and just kind of what I've heard from, literally, hip hop can be kind of messy a lot of times.
Yeah.
Heavy D's one of the few rappers I've never heard a bad word said about him.
Yeah.
Like anybody. Like no one has ever said nothing bad about Heavy D. Ever. Like there's almost every rapper you can name, there's
Something,
somebody that don't like them for
People
whatever
can say
reason.
stuff about Jay-Z,
Jay-Z,
even
whoever, Nas,
too.
anybody.
He'll
like,
catch it. Yeah,
every-
Eminem for sure.
Eminem has
yeah.
caught it. It's Ice Cube, everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Heavy D never, not once. Like that's what made him so
Yeah.
different. With
And that's
that.
a gentleman that's been in virtually all the circles up to his passing.
Yes. He didn't, like I said, he did songs with Pac and Biggie, did songs with G-Rap, but he also did songs with Michael and Janet. Like
true.
you know what I mean? He's in rare air. Before he got on as a rapper, I read something where he was really known in the streets for like squashing a lot of street beefs, like a lot of, gang activity and dudes,
The
street
negotiator.
conflict. He was the one.
He's a guy that I could see like patching up things between a Pac and a Biggie.
No, seriously,
He's a
like,
guy that I could
like
see
he
doing
could
something
have.
like that.
It's something where had he got the chance to, he was on a song with both of them.
Yeah.
Like, and I just looked at the song's called "Let's Get It On." I just looked up the song, but it's like he was that guy. He could patch up street issues with people. Like I said, no one ever said a bad word about him, ever. So to me, with that type of message of someone trying to get on him for not cursing, I think it's because he didn't have the soapbox.
Yeah.
He didn't get that. Whereas Will, like I said, at that one moment he had that. He had his opportunity, he said it, and it pissed him in him.
And if there's anybody that really, if they're only gripe about your style lyrically, Heavy D doesn't curse. That's not my bag. You gotta.
You're the problem.
Yeah, exactly. You're the problem, bro. We know what you want to. We know what you want in terms of lyrical output. A lot of heads don't need it. Like
No.
it's
Well, I'm gonna speak for the devil's advocate. Like let's say not cursing like a gang like every sentence, or maybe they are preferring that, but at least a little bit to express yourself. Like I think even in the Don't Curse song, Heavy D was the one that said, how am I supposed to say I want to be with you without cursing? So there's some instances where someone would have to, what would you say to that? Like
where there's words clean or dirty to describe any activity that you're doing.
true.
And if you're able to do it, more credit to you. But if you want to curse, you can.
It's
but
your
then,
prerogative.
yeah, but then you're going to get the parental advisory label on it, and then you limit a lot of fans.
Right.
So what do you want to do?
Also, too, you might have more work ahead of you, especially if you're really doing this. Like as far as like having to write the
Eminem had to do 2 albums for the Slim Shady LP.
Literally had to do 2 separate albums.
Yeah, he had to make the one mushroom song and then one about a pizza where the girl chokes on the pizza or something.
Or you could get potentially canceled depending on how far you go with it. You know, there's artists that want to go really graphic.
Yeah.
And because of that, they can't really market their song or use it for, you know, for money, to make money, you know, on TV shows, commercials, whatever. You know.
And I just think back in these times in the early night, again, hip hop was still young enough where, you know, artists could get away with a little bit more, but at the same time, it was so necessary to be original to where, you know, even, you know, someone quote unquote not cursing in 91, it was like almost a standout. Like it was almost like a badge of honor almost. Like he didn't do it for that necessarily, but he was someone, again, like I said, most of my memories of hearing him, I was a kid. You know, he came on the radio, driving around. I remember hearing his voice a lot.
And you know, it's so difficult to not curse. It's so difficult to not do it. Like to do it so long, like doing a whole album without even cursing. Seriously. Because curse words are easy to rhyme with.
Easy.
So easy. To rhyme. And sometimes you could keep rhyming with the same word over and over.
And in hip hop, it's even more prevalent because it's the genre with the most words.
Right, exactly.
Like R&B, you can have a 4-minute R&B song with 60 words in it.
Yeah, true.
Hip hop, if it's a 4-minute song, you might say over 300 words. Like,
and also too, I think the bigger you want that song to be, like Coolio, he didn't have any in his Gangsta's Paradise.
Yep.
The bigger the song you want it to be, it's probably you're better off leaving it out.
He's got plenty of songs with
and
curses.
What bigger song to be released than from a man named Heavy D?
Right, exactly.
I
I will say, as far as like any comparison from Heavy D, because I always try to think of any sort of pop culture comparison, even outside of hip hop itself. I think of the character, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, but I think of the character because I think this character is dope. Baloo from Jungle Book.
Oh,
you know, big dude, very charismatic, cool. He had that musical touch to him. Like, you know, I just see him as that confidence, somebody who was just like, you know, always kind of knew the right thing to do or right thing to say.
Yeah.
Just very smooth.
People came to him for, you know, advice and things, and he would, you know, he was always
the charisma.
Had that down pat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great comparison.
That's somebody I could see, you know, some sort of connection there. Album cover. Now the album cover, right away you can tell they're doing prayer. I'm gonna describe it for those who can't see. So we have Peaceful Journey, the title of the album, in the center. It's with like a light purple and a dark purple rim. And then it has Peaceful Journey written in there. And on to the left of that, you have Heavy D and the Boyz, their logo. And behind that in black and white, you have Heavy D and the Boyz are praying. And I think they're praying for the loss that they just had in their partner, Trouble T. Roy, was it?
Yeah, Trouble T. Roy.
And I don't know if it looks like clouds behind them, like kind of symbolizing heaven.
The outline of the cloud.
You know, so this one's a different like tone. Again, reminiscent of Bone Thugs and Harmony a bit. But this one, for me, I'm getting like just good vibes, like, you know, just heavenly vibes is what I'm getting from it.
Yeah, and the font isn't all capitalized; it's all lowercase, which is something that you didn't really see a lot. Like if you have, my thing has always been, if you've always had the opportunity to go full caps on an album cover, you do it.
Right.
You know,
it's an interesting choice that they chose to make it all lowercase.
And also, I think it's a kind of a flip on a lot of their other because most of the album covers are bright, bright colors, bright suits. You know, really kind of in your face. This one's a much more, you know, calmer looking cover. Yeah. And I think, and also it kind of tricks you a little bit too, though, because it looks, you know, again, it's called Peaceful Journey. The colors are dark, things like that. So you may even think of a darker mood.
Yeah.
But literally, you know, back in the day, you press play on that tape, First song is Now That We Found Love.
Yeah.
Like it's jumping out the gate.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think it's almost like a trick it plays on you a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if they try to do it on purpose, but
you would think you would hear like right when you hit play, rain or
Yeah.
something. Like, you know, something like that.
like a prayer or, you know,
or
a message
prayer,
to,
like a DMX prayer.
a
or
message
something.
to, you know, Trouble T. Roy or something. Like you
Yeah,
would think.
yeah.
But they start you at the party out the gate. Like, I love when albums do that.
With it.
Like out the gate with it. So I think this cover is just, you know, just them, you know.
I love the colors that pop though on the title because the black and white makes the title pop along with the Heavy D logo.
Yes.
That and the Boyz logo that makes it really pop out too.
Yeah. I mean, Trouble T. Roy, like I said, he was so important to the group, so important to hip hop.
So big loss.
Big loss. And it was sad how it happened. It was a freak accident.
Yeah.
It was, you know, it was just sad, but like the way they were able to take his spirit and put it in this album is really, really powerful.
Yeah. Because sometimes that's hard to do. Like it's hard to do an album right away, sort of. You know, and this is about a year after the passing. So it's usually pretty difficult to try to do something like that. And, you know, some just can't put it to words, you know? And I feel like they were able to do it in a way where it was both like healing for themselves, but also like they could still, you know, that this could be relatable to anybody in any sense, you know, if you just like disconnected with a friend maybe or something.
Right.
Know? So it works kind of in that sense too.
It was really important for everyone in hip hop, especially those that knew Trouble T. Roy, to actually do something to remember him. And it's cool that we have the Pete Rock and CL Smooth joint about this.
Yeah.
Because now every time, you know, they're gonna hear the song, they're gonna hear the beat, but then upon digging upon the reasoning why they're listening to this song, it's for Trouble T. Roy. So he's gonna be immortalized in that sense
forever.
Right.
Whether it be tribute with them in Peaceful Journey or even through the
they reminisce over
whether
you.
the memorable like tribute ones are there out there.
There's one in A Tribe Called Quest out the Low End Theory where they do pay tribute to Trouble
They
T. Roy.
mention him. Yep, they do mention
they do
him.
that.
That's cool.
There's
even in the video for Don't Curse,
Yeah.
there's a part where they have a sign that just says R.I.P. Trouble T. Roy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do that in the video.
It's kind of like sprinkled all over.
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They really repped him the remain like this entire cycle of this album, really from 91 to, you know, really like 93, 94.
everyone. Yeah. There's at least a couple tracks where people are going to mention R.I.P. Trouble T. Roy.
Yeah.
He was that important.
It looks like I'm not sure which member this is, but one of the guys is wearing like a priest collar.
Oh, that's G Wiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wiz.
Yeah, and then Eddie F is the other one looking.
Okay,
the other
nice,
way. Yep.
nice. And man, just
You'd think it's a gospel album.
you would think, yes.
You would think it's something
Yeah.
either gospel or something somber.
And the thing is, he probably could have done it as a gospel album.
Yeah.
Like, just how versatile he is.
He probably could have if
probably
he really
could've pulled off-
really wanted to.
Yeah,
he probably could
could
have.
have done it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this album is really dope, man. This one's one of those ones where it's like each track is hidden. Like there's no misses on this track at all. Lyrically, just even like as complete songs, they're all excellent.
Messages.
There's a
Messages
variety
are
pack
good.
of sorts too, because you have one songs for the ladies,
Yeah,
songs
songs
to
for the ladies,
jam to.
songs for the young future.
Yep.
There's
Also the hip hop heads that just want to hear
continues.
even
bars.
for his
good.
own culture. Like there's just a lot in here that's nice to unpack. So piece of this album cover, on the back it's just kind of the clouds and it's in black and white, but on the back what's also noticeable here, there's like a ray of sunlight hitting the clouds on the back image of the CD or cover. So that's also like even in a way to demonstrate hope, even in a way. So that's also dope about this. It's like almost like there's a light, you know, that they're looking into or seeing at the end of the tunnel or whatever it is. Piece of the album cover. So during this part of the transition, usually we cover 3 songs from the album, and we'll talk about the lyrics and just what they're mentioning and what they're talking about, the style, the impact, what the lyrics mean. So we're going to go into that right now and break it down. So usually, you know, you might hear one of the YouTube channels, like they'll play the song and whatever and stop it or talk through it. We're not doing that. We're reading the lyrics, actually just taking away what they're actually saying and breaking it down. So we're cutting out all the distractions. We're getting right to the meat and bones of this and actually uncovering what's really being said. So if you enjoy what we've been doing, or you are new to the channel, what's really important right now is if you stop, take a second to even pray if you need to, and hit the subscribe button.
Hit that button.
You know you've been thinking about it subconsciously. You just haven't done it because let's be real. It's hard to move your thumb to hit the subscribe button. I know. I've been there. I've been there where it's just easy to scroll. It's easy to not hit it. But go ahead.
And some of you are our homies.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Some of you might even know us and still haven't.
I might have given you dap before.
We might have seen each other today, and you still haven't done it yet.
I don't even want to go on this little rant here, but we don't even ask you for money.
Right.
We ask you for a mouse click.
Yeah.
And that's it.
We're just asking for, just a little tap of trust. That's all.
We're on the road to 800, y'all.
Oh yeah. You know what? Peace to that. One of the things I want to say is this is different for us because we're seeing an uptick in subscribers, which is also cool. And peace to everybody who has subscribed to us recently because, it's been encouraging us to put our best foot forward and continuing to do this with the utmost respect and diligence that we can as three, guys who all have 3 individual jobs working full time, mind you, and we're trying to be consistent and really listen to these albums to bring out the best that we can for you guys. So usually I'll have the guys put over, what they got going on. I think you already know what they got going on, and we'll do that every once in a while here, every few episodes or so. But definitely I'm just going to give this a quick shot to them, check out their stuff, El Notorious Pin. Yep. And then Ali has a book also that's on Amazon. What was the title again, Ali?
Restoring the Feeling.
Restoring the Feeling. I know I heard it so many times. I should have memorized it by now. So yeah. Oh, one more thing. So we're looking for some help. If you guys have any connections to anybody that might be able to sponsor the show, please hit us up. That right now is something we're interested in. We're also looking for somebody who's talented in designing because we want to design like a logo and something more official. So if you're yourself into that or somebody that's into that, let them know to hit us up. But continuing on, the 3 songs that we have chosen today are Don't Curse, obviously, Peaceful Journey, and Is It Good to You? Man, these 3 songs are really dope.
We're going to get a lot of heat because Now That We Found Love is not on this list.
Yeah, that is true.
But Don't Curse had to fit in here somewhere.
It had to. It did. It just did. And for me, Peaceful Journey as well, just the message behind it. It's the one song, one of the better songs I mentioned, they have a verse, dedicated to Trouble T. Roy. I feel like that was necessary.
That was necessary, yep.
Out of Is It Good to You and Now That We Found Love, as much as I love both of them, Is It Good to You to me is just a more heavy D type song.
Yeah. Lyrically, his performance prowess on that.
Love Now That We Found Love, though. Nothing negative about that one.
It's very catchy to this
If
moment.
we were doing 4, that would be the 4th.
Yeah. To this moment, I'm still, we found love. It's very catchy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about the first one out of this bunch is going to be Don't Curse. Don't Curse is one of those. I would qualify this as a trick track. I would say.
Bro, this goes up there with features.
This is a
scenario.
This is like classic posse cut.
Yeah. This is like scenario-esque.
This is a legendary posse cut.
What's
for real.
A scenario-esque?
Flavor in Your Ear remix.
Let me say this then. That's pretty crazy that they have a trick track that's also a posse cut.
Yes.
Because you just get posse cuts.
Right.
But this is a trick track posse cut.
Yeah.
Which is different. I don't know another track like that. With these big names like that,
you have to have someone like Heavy D to be like, hey,
to put it all together.
I'm gonna need you on this verse. Yep. He's like making calls for this.
I'm surprised I didn't hear like Michael Jackson on this or something.
That's the next name on the list, probably.
It's like he got all the. He's like Batman getting all the super friends together.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously,
getting them to do something. Getting him to do a favor, like getting them to do a favor for him.
Yeah, exactly. This one definitely goes out on the censorship tip.
So
everybody sit back, relax, and have a champagne sip. I'm going to teach these people out there that we can say what we want to say the right way. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is kick back, swing a little funky beat by my man DJ Pete Rock. Oh, just Pete Rock, you know.
Yeah.
Producer extraordinaire. Yo, Pete Rock, make it clear. I loved how even when he was talking, it's rhyming, like just effortlessly rhyming.
Yep, he rhymed even in the intro.
I could flex, bend, lend a pen to a friend, keep a party pimping from now till then. Oh, look at that. Bend, lend
Lend
pen.
a pen to a friend.
A 3 combo right there. Bend, lend a pen to a friend. Keep a party pimping from now till then.
Wow.
That's a crazy start. I don't have to swear, curse, or juggle. Lyrics in a verse to make party bubble. So, Mr. Censorship, tell me what's your problem. There's girlies on the corner. If wifey can't solve them, how does she say it then? I'm curious, G. Does she say, honey, love me? Or baby, baby, fun me?
The G is capitalized, too.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll say what we want to say. Play how we want to play. Feels good that way. So, G-Rap, it's time to kick a verse. Do me a favor. Don't curse. I love
Cool
that.
G Rap in the
house.
house. Cool G Rapped in the house.
Yeah.
This is
and that's a Biz Marquee sample too that says, so that's crazy.
Okay.
This reminds me of all the times we've ever used verse in our lyrics, or like a cipher verse, the verse, the verse,
yeah.
So Cool G Rap pops off like this. This isn't 91.
Yeah.
A lot of our stuff, Cool G Rap stuff predates our shit.
As a rapper, anytime you have my verse,
disperse,
like,
verse.
It always hits.
Benefit took a lot of this. Was like, oh yeah, let me take a little bit of this.
Yeah.
You're telling me don't curse. I reversed and did it worse. First, I put a curse on every verse.
Stop the tape. Stop the tape.
You're telling me don't curse? I reversed and did it worse. First, I put a curse on every verse.
Oh man, he put a curse instead of literally cursing. He put a hex on every verse.
Crazy.
Which is a double play on the word curse.
Yeah,
that is nuts.
Hard.
That's insane.
I kind of got outrageous. And you know what happens when you do outrageous? You're going to do something wild for the end bar.
Right.
Check it. Even made a record how I'm doing on my BITCHHs.
What?
Check it.
Creative.
Even made a record how I'm doing on my BITCH is.
And that he rhymed with outrageous.
Outrageous.
BITCHs.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Ducks. It wasn't for the bucks. Every word that you heard is because I don't give a fuck.
Oh, shucks.
Tell me that merry melodies.
Tell me that ain't iconic. That's just one of those like iconic, legendary bars. It's just playful, effortless, witty. Like
almost got it out, but just didn't.
Yeah.
Halfway into this, Cool G Rap's like, man, I can really do this.
Yeah, I could do this. Fuck around and like, oh shucks.
Just cursed.
Hey yo, I almost forgot. The curse is the plot, but it's getting kind of hot. So I'm gonna let the profanity retire. He could say don't curse, but he says I'm gonna let the profanity retire. Hey, but if it comes worse to worse, I'll cuss you out like Richard Pryor. So Graham Pooba, kick a verse, but do your man a favor and don't curse.
I love that. That it's almost like those challenges, you know, that were going viral for a while, where they would call out the next man and they'd be like, oh, I call out Mark, I call out Ali to do the water challenge. It's almost like that.
Oh,
but
yeah,
in this
yeah.
rap form, it's like they're calling out the next man, like, you know, I'm challenging so-and-so, don't curse or whatever.
I love that. Love
that's
that.
Sick.
It's like they were just passing the baton.
Yeah, that's sick.
Don't curse. Bust it. I won't curse. I'll take a famous word and I'll just say coof. Coof being flipped in any other way it means, huh? Boy, when I do it, see it don't get stuck. Jump on the mic, then I earn a quick buck. Buck meaning loot. Then I grab some boots, step into my troops. Like, for those who can't follow, get stuck. Cool for the other main means.
Yeah. What a creative way again.
Like, man.
Coof.
Is this a curse?
Yeah.
Is this
Literally
a curse?
backwards. That's stupid.
Is this a curse? I freaked the nurse in a hearse.
When I disperse my verse, I freaked the nurse in a hearse.
Is this a curse? I freaked the verse in a hearse, but I made sure I had my hat first. CL Smooth, it's time to kick a verse. God Cypher Divine, we can't curse. Man.
CL Smooth going down. Go ahead, ask me. Will I kick a curse in a verse? I'll say nope. Grab you by your hair, wash your mouth with soap. Thinking to be last one with bad lingo, scooping all the skins in my church playing bingo. Sounds of the Mecca done, fresh from the tailor, because they made a movie where you cussed like a sailor. Better yet, dialect dirty like a subway. Freaking funky loop, and I make it go the other way in the vocabulary scrimmage. But cursing cursing in my village ain't good for my image. So Big Daddy, you know it's time to kick a verse, but do your man a favor. Don't curse.
There's a reason why they call him CL Smooth, because
that's it.
Vocal delivery,
yes,
and the fact he's just cool like that.
Yeah.
Freaky funky loop, and I'll make it go the other way.
And you know how he's gonna talk about it too. You've heard him so many times. The vocabulary scrimmage, but cruising in my village ain't good for my image.
Yep.
Better yet, dialect dirty. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah. Different level.
Oh man, peace to Big Daddy.
Big Daddy
Kane.
Kane really shines on this thing.
That dude went crazy.
Really shines on this.
The smooth rap inventor, the enter. Parental discretion's not advised, so there's no need to censor. Kids want to peep it, but you want to beep it. What? I feel like slapping that sticker on your chill. Say but. I'm too magical. Rhymes are too tragical for any source to stop Kane from getting capital. If you thought sticking me was dissing me, man, you don't know what this would be. Worse than Stephen King's Misery? So clean all profanity. Still, you know the man. I'll be rocking any microphone you hand to me. So Heavy D, I'm about to disperse, kick another verse, and don't forget not to curse.
Yeah. Then Kev comes back in, giving shout outs.
Kane is so nice, bro.
His name, I'm gonna bring my little cousin to the producer of this joint. His name is DJ Pete Rock. Definitely one part of the family. Like he literally put him over before he even started rapping.
Yeah,
Just to let you know, like, okay, yeah, he made this beat, but he about to spit now. He goes, God bless, but I can't mess around with the curses, so I'ma kick verses or a verse. Soul Brother #1 here to kick facts, smoke the microphone and produce crazy tracks. Yo, I'm a bad bro. Let's start the flow. I'ma kick rhymes till it's time for me to go. I can't curse cause Heavy D said so. Now I'ma get back to the subject. Get wrecked. If you think I'm bluffing, I'll just check the crew. Just check with the crew. P-Rock and CL Smooth, very down to earth, and we didn't have to curse.
This is a surprise one out the gate too. 91 with Q-Tip.
Like just out the blue.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Like, what?
Like, cause you're already shocked by just Pete Rock, Big Daddy Kane,
Cool G Rap.
Those are the shock values.
Yeah, and then you throw one last curveball.
Man, the abstract poet. Q-Tip, a Tribe Called Quest, here to wreck. You know what I'm saying? Got my man P Rock and my man Heavy D in the house, and we're definitely chilling on the lifted tip. So bust this ST.
Bust the stid out.
Oh, stid out. Yeah, that's right. Flim, lick my big black stuff. Must I kick a curse to be rough enough? You can put a sticker where the sun don't shine. I love the way, man, see, I can't even describe the way he's spitting this. It's just Q-Tip style, you know what I mean? So back off and let me get mine. Visions in my head when it's dealing with hits. If I have 4 girls, then I lick 8 its. Clever. Wait, don't want to hear no drama? Because the bum Diddy have his fave of my mama's. So I blew out and get mad lifted. Don't have to say cuff to show that I'm gifted. God bless me because I've reached my 21st. Have D. Don't drop a curse. Just saying it in his own cool way, still kind of referencing the backwards.
Because even Tip didn't really cuss much.
Not much.
On any of his verses at all.
True.
Very rarely.
And just the way he says things is cool, like the line right there. Yeah. You can put it. You can put the sticker where the sun don't shine. Said it his own way.
One of the most recognizable voices in hip hop.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then Heavy D at the end. Peace, peace, peace to the preacher. I'm talking about a verse without a curse. That's how we reach ya. I can rock a party without a swear or a harsh verb backwards. No curse words Heavy D prefers. No, so swing to the soapy clean rhythm. Before I say goodbye, let me tell you how I hit them. CL, Pete Rock, G-Rap, Maxwell, Big Daddy, Q-Tip, and me as well. Time to say peace. Think Pete for the beats. This funky beat was made for the streets. Notice how clean that I kept every verse. But if worse came to worse,
we've all said a curse.
And Maxwell isn't the R&B Maxwell. This is Grand Pooba's real name.
That's Grand Pooba's real name.
I look, I'm like, wait, Maxwell.
And then at the end, they got cut saying Free Slick Rick.
Oh, because this is what
he was locked up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, such an important track right here that I never even knew about until we listened to this.
Legendary.
Yeah.
So kick off the podcast and don't curse.
So do a favor, Mark. Don't curse. Yeah. Following this up, we're going to Peaceful Journey. That's our next part of the journey.
Track number 6.
And Peaceful Journey we chose because this one, had some dedicated lines to Trouble T-Roy, which is, in itself, it's just something to talk about that we have to talk about. And then we have to dissect because these lines are also technically good. So here's to you. You have gone through struggles, suffering. This one goes out to everybody in the world. But I love how also the wide net he still casts, which is, it's not just, the singular thing here, but which is very, meaningful to them, but they also made it more
universal.
Yeah, universal for anybody.
And there's something about when someone writes an emotional rap song that they deviate a little bit from their style.
Yeah.
In every which way.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. You take a more, it's not wild. It's like it's almost as if they're speaking to you.
Right.
If you notice, like every emotional song that a hip hop artist will do, you'll notice those traits.
Yeah, Crossroads was that. Like Crossroads is such a big song. It's even bigger than just Eazy-E.
Right.
It's such a big song that talks about like losing your loved one or whatever. I was thinking of another one, but now
it's not about losing somebody, but like Dear Mama.
Oh yeah.
Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac purposely made it. He said, I wanted it to be the simplest rap song I could ever make.
Right.
I'm not trying to go over nobody's heads. I'm not trying to go crazy bars and crazy flows. Yeah. I'm just speaking these lyrics to make you feel the emotion of the song.
Who is it from? I think it was Search, right? Search from
Third Base.
No.
MC Search.
Maybe is it Third Base?
MC's from
MC Search from Third Base. Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about Search actually.
Okay.
I'm talking about Speech. I think. From Arrested Development.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Is it Speech?
Yes.
The Speech, right? I mean, that song Tennessee, I think, was it Tennessee, I believe, where he was doing it about, take me to another place. I mean, such a bigger song than what he even intended that to be.
Episode 50 something on that tip up.
Yeah. I'm glad how we got there from Search to like.
When I search from a verse and then I'm talking about Speech from Arrested Development
first. I curse my first search.
It's first.
Took me to Tennessee first.
Anyways, digressing back to the song. Because I know where you're coming from and some of the things you do, I can understand. So through all the travels, I'm wishing you a peaceful journey. Verse 1. What is a friend for, man? These bars hit, and this is, I think, what makes Heavy D in his own, like, what makes him special, man. Because even though this isn't, lyrically like doing crazy demonstrations, right? It's something from the heart, you can tell, and it's hitting. Like, so that's what makes him special. What is a friend for? Through rich and through poor, though rich and through poor. Kind of like a marriage balanced on the different floor. A friend could tell you things that you wouldn't tell another. So in essence, a friend could be considered a brother. You laugh and you play a lot. You could talk and say a lot. But when it's time to feel the pain, you cry and you pray a lot. I'm talking about you who would have a time to be my friend where no one else would be mine. And so I love that this is so also vague in a way where it could be like he could be talking directly to us. Yep. We could be thinking about our friend. Like it's so open, even though we know who he's really talking about, right? We know
he didn't say his name or anything. He left it open for anybody to feel it.
Right. And that's what makes such a great songwriter as well, but it's also like he knows who he's talking about. So problems were nothing because I had my man to share them with. Hills were nothing neither because I had my man to climb them with. I'm really proud to say that I truly, really knew you good. And oh, God's blessing from the entire neighborhood. And as the days drift into the future, I laugh a little louder at the times that I was with you. This one's for you, and I truly hope you hear me. And through all the travels, I'm wishing you a peaceful journey. Such a beautifully written tribute to his homie. Like, I can't think of a better combination of words to say it so simply and plain, you know what I mean? Like, how do you express sometimes the things that you feel like that? And it sounds so simple, but believe me, it is not easy to communicate that so articulately and so simple and profound like that.
And this is a time in hip hop where everybody's, it's still kind of on the macho strong tip. It's not being emotional on your records was not like that was not normal back then. It's kind of regular
especially
now.
For a dude or your friend.
For a man doing it towards for a brother of his, like that wasn't normal back then.
Yeah. And then also too, I mean, the chorus itself is also, I mean, you can
Casey and JoJo.
Yeah, it's like a legendary, put together so well, the song.
On my mind.
Yeah. Very legendary.
And I wish you a peaceful journey, brother. I hope you hear me.
And it still has that R&B touch. Yeah. It has that R&B touch to it as well.
Classic, man.
Let's take verse 2.
I got it. In the corner sits a little girl in tears. The shadow of a man overwhelms her fears. Mommy, mommy, no, the words of a battered child. The wicked, wicked mommy has the stick swinging buck wild. Mister, mister, do you have a dime? See, I'm hungry. I'd rather be a beggar than do crime. Sure, here's your dime. Go make a big $10. Now sneak around the corner, get your joints and beat them up. A kid on the streets doesn't want to be beat, so he hangs on the block till his pop fall asleep. Missing kids on the milk carton. A lunatic kills kids for kicks, gets pardoned. Baby girls run away from home, huh? And 2 months later, the stars on child porn. Tracks on the arms of a minor. Susie ran too, but she'll be dead when they find her. Kids on the street moving drugs. Thugs growing up fast. Wouldn't stop when one gets plunged. Junior stole a Benz with his friends, but got caught. Now he's doing time with 20s and 10s. And for the rest of his life, he learns to lean on the wall and prays for the day when his number gets called. This one's for you, and I truly hope you heard me. Through all your travels, I'm wishing you a peaceful journey.
I almost feel like he could probably be crying while he's writing this.
Man, like what? Yeah. Like he's really putting some pain in these lyrics.
Yeah. And this is one of the prime examples of when you hear a lot of people talking about, Heavy D was for the community.
Yeah.
He's even talking about those taboo subjects about child trafficking,
hard times, even that. Yeah, you're right.
So
early.
It's like he realized his platform and what it could do for everybody who heard it. Because
you imagine everybody who's in these situations, how they like heard this Heavy D track, that might have like even prevented them from running away or doing all that kind of stuff. Like so even that alone is dope because he's like putting that message out to his own community.
It's in a way doing the Lord's work with your platform.
Yeah.
Great way to say it, man. Yeah.
Pardon me, Mr. Warden, I'm asking for a pass to comfort some of my brothers who have made mistakes in the past. It's really not their fault. You see, times are hard. And it was perfectly difficult for my man to find a job. Before he was forced to make a living by lying, stealing, and eventually killing. No one was born bad. We're all God's kids. So who's really to blame for all the wrong that he did? And speaking about the law, what are they for? To beat us with the stick face down on the floor? You preach that you want crime to stop. If you want crime to stop hiring crooked cops.
What a solution, too. Dude figured out the solution.
Man.
So hear me, brother, man. Hear my plea. If you want success, all you got to do is succeed. Love, life, pain, death. What else is left on the travels of life's steps? In life we lose, we get bumped and bruised. The road you choose, not necessarily a cruise. You giggle for joy, shed a tear for pain. There's a lot to lose and a lot to gain. Though when you walk on the streets, try to walk on street smarts. When you see your man down, try to have a little heart. This one's for you, and I truly hope you heard me. Through all your travels, I'm wishing you a peaceful journey. Shakespeare's been quiet since Heavy D came out.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
I only say that because he just makes it sound so easy.
Sound so easy.
it's a point to prove that his charisma is also the thing that really launches these lyrics out to you.
Yep.
Because he has to believe it.
Yeah. So that's the thing about these lyrics, and that's what I always say about MCs. You could do all these lyrical gymnastics and all that, but if you don't have heart behind it, it just sounds it sounds like noise.
It's just words.
It sounds like just the clamping of cymbals.
Right.
There's no real to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Even before the music video, they can hear it when you spit it.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Real talk.
You know, and sometimes MCs think, the voice and the swag's more important, but honestly, the voice really doesn't matter. Actually, to me, if you're coming with something real, you could have an ugly voice like Louis Armstrong voice, and still will be
you'll feel it
dope as hell. Like that's how much it really doesn't matter really when it comes down to it. Okay, so we're moving on. We're moving on now to the third track, which is going to be Is It Good to You? Yep, Is It Good to You? This track, I know why I was voting for this track. I think just lyrically, he did something where it shined. And it kind of really shows his, it distinguishes him as an MC compared to all other MCs. Just his style really shines on this one. And it's a good song.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
The music video is a trip too, because all the girls that sing the verses, I'm like, hey, there's different ones.
Yeah.
I was like, there's different.
Yeah, I don't think Tammy Lucas was in the video. I don't think she was in it.
Yeah. I was
So
like,
he just got all the models singing.
I was like, there's different chicks in here. I was like, it wasn't just like the one girl that he's interested in the music video.
Right.
Yeah.
I see you, Heavy D.
Yeah.
This is one of those songs where his nickname, the overweight lover, shines through.
Yeah.
This is
exactly.
his videos were always dope. All his videos are dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of style to it. All right, this is the one goes out to all the lovers in the house. Know what I'm saying? I'm gonna express my feelings right about now. And on the way, I like to do things. TR, bring it in.
Teddy Riley.
Yep.
And then we got the chorus by Tammy Lucas. And then verse 1. How would you feel if I worked you down? Made your head spin like a merry-go-round. Take control like Charles in Charge. Shout out to Charles in Charge. I really can't wait. Let's stay in the garage. Let me start back. Take control like Charles in Charge. I really can't wait. Let's stay in the garage. Oops, let me run as I get whipped cream. Rewind back. Oops, let me run as I get the whipped cream. Can't have ice cream without whipped cream. Plus, I'm Ice Cube to make you swing. My main man did it to do the right thing. Come on, let me tickle you in the right places. Keep my eyes open while I watch and make faces. Feeling quite dandy, comfortable and cozy. Let me draw the curtains cause my neighbors are nosy. So we'll make a little room. Here comes Big Daddy, big like a truck, satisfying like a caddy. Many will call, but chosen are few. And all I want to know, is it good to you?
Is it good to you? I like it. Is it good to you?
Yeah, definitely a song, man. You could legit.
This is for the parties right here. Get the ladies
parties.
going. Yes. Yes.
Make a move, my lollipop cutie. Lay down on the cover, let the lover do his duty. I gotta write my lollipop cutie. I gotta write that one down.
And what's crazy is like what we're talking about this whole time. He's not cursing.
Nope.
And yet
because he wouldn't have dispersed on the verse.
Yeah, and this song is like
telling you what he's about to do. Yeah,
love with a girl. And he's saying it in all these clever ways.
But it's not all nasty and crazy vulgar. It's just he's smooth with it.
Yeah.
Lay down on the cover, let a lover do his duty. It looks like rain, but rain doesn't matter. We could take time, hold hands and chit-chatter. And what about love? Love's a possibility, but let's make sure we share the same mentality. Close the door.
That's the best lovemaking you can have when you're all like mentally stimulated. Yeah.
Close the door, dim the lights. Everything is okie dokie. He also put okie dokie in
Yeah,
a lyric.
okie
Hunky dory. That was the other one I was going to say. Hunky dory and okie dokie.
Okie
Everything is hokey dokey because we said it all right. You think Vanilla Ice said all these lyrics?
Okie dokie.
Because we said it all right. How about oil? Warm it up, warm from the heat. I can slick your body down from your head to your feet, make you smile from a simple kiss. Close your eyes and I'll grant you your first wish. Oh, genie, okay.
Spitting. Game.
Open your arms and wrap me tight like a teddy bear. Then take your fingers and run it through my hair. Many will call, but the chosen are few. But all I want to know, is it good to you?
Smooth.
I like how you took this Bible verse as well and like flipped it on its head. It made it
Many
like
are
sexual.
chosen.
Made it sexual. It's so funny.
Maybe you're called, but the chosen a few.
Yeah,
Man.
I gotta start saying that.
That was smooth.
Many call, but you know what? I'd only choose few.
Check it. Roll over my lover. The sun is beaming. The hot water's running in the bathroom steaming. Champagne bottle from the corner half done. Room still bright from the morning sun. Yeah, we're snuggled up. Now it's time to buckle up. So call me later, cutie, and I'll pick you up. Many will call, but the chosen are few. And all I want to know is it good to you? That's it. That's it. Smooth. To the point. The beat's nice. The girls are feeling good. Like, it's just, it does the job.
It does the
It
job.
does the job, man. You play this with the, you play this, you might get some.
Yeah, you're right, man. I think like verse 2.
This song brought to you by Trojan Condoms and Durex.
Smooth.
Yeah, I think it's all around like great songwriting, just his style. Like, you know, I noticed one thing about him when rhyming, he usually rhymes. There's like a 3 pattern there. 1, 2, da 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 3.
Yep.
Like, he does that a lot. That 3, that 3.
Oh, you're saying like, oh yeah. So it's like A, B, 1 bar,
he
C
drags
at the
out,
end.
Yeah, he drags out the line and then
Okay,
C.
okay.
Like he does that. So that's one thing about him that I picked up.
There's a lot of bars, like I don't want to,
Go ahead.
but I think you relate to Heavy a lot because there's a lot of bars where you do that.
Yeah, and then at the same time, I'll also bunch up rhymes, which he does as well. Like in the beginning of I think the last track we were covering, he bunched up a bunch of rhymes all within the like 2 bars.
Yeah.
And that's something I also like doing too. So yeah, in that same sense, yeah, we kind of do share that.
And you don't curse.
And I don't curse.
But when I disperse on a verse,
Talk about how I did all the BITCHs.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Koof, man, Koof. Koof, the song was good.
All in all, takeaways from this album.
I mean, it's a classic. I mean, I just wanted to give a moment to give Heavy D his props because I just feel like as legendary as he is, he still doesn't quite get the props that he should. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just, for whatever reason, I really can't name one because he's connected so many dots and he's done so many legendary things. Like I said in the beginning, the only rapper to do a song with Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. Like, there's no other rapper that can say that. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I think that there's an art. I hope someone could fill in this void.
Yeah, seriously,
You know,
there's a void missing.
Nothing of like the talent or like the networking depth, but just at a musical level.
Yes.
Get us a gentleman who fuses hip hop and R&B, is entertaining in that sense as far as live performance.
Wouldn't that be Drake? Is that not Drake?
Kind of. But I think with Hev, it was more like traditional R&B sounding. I feel like his sound, I feel like the R&B mix was a little more traditional with his how he played it off. You know what I mean? Maybe he could just be a sign of the times.
Are you saying more authentic?
I would, honestly. I ain't trying to diss, but I'm being honest. Getting Teddy Riley, like that's a real legit R&B powerhouse. Like if you're gonna do something like that today, like, get a Pharrell, you know what I'm saying? Get a Timbaland, you know what I mean? Somebody that knows production in R&B circles to make that fusion work.
What about LL's last album? Was there any type of R&B-ish?
No, this one was straight.
It was literally
hip hop
ferocity.
He went straight hip hop on this.
He had
one.
that R&B touch.
Oh, for sure. LL did that a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
He had that touch for me.
Yeah, he would play, both sides on that. But no, this last one he went straight hip hop on this one.
Man, if only someone would cover LL's new album. Little Easter egg.
Hint. Yeah. So okay. So I can't think of any other artists.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I was saying. But do you feel that same way where you would want? I would want someone as entertaining as that on a mainstream level today.
I mean,
Yeah.
like not just on the, not just musically, but I mean performance wise, the dude danced.
Yeah, it's that triangle I keep talking about. It's matching the performance,
Right.
you know, and then matching, you know, what you do in the studio.
Yeah, I know the dancing thing is cool. It's always entertaining to see an artist that can dance with their performance. I don't know if we've seen it really work in hip hop quite yet.
It's been a while.
I mean, because I think of the latest one I could think of is the one Eminem was putting over. I'm forgetting his name right now. Young dude, though, he got from the Philippines or something like that, where the dude he can rhyme, but he's also dancing. And Eminem put him over recently, and that's where he did the main. He did a diss, I think, to Melly Mel on that, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
It's that same track.
Okay.
That's the same guy, but like. I don't know if it's really viable. Does it really work? Like as a hip hop artist, can you also add dance into that and then pull it off?
We haven't. I mean, like I said, it's been a while. I mean, back then,
Jaden Smith was another one that kind of did that. He did a music video where he was kind of dancing a little bit and rhyming. Jaden Smith actually,
he can dance,
dude.
He can dance too.
He can spit too, yeah.
Like, he's not bad of a dancer either. But it's like to just see it to the level, like the way Heavy D did, the way Big Daddy Kane did. Hammer and Vanilla Ice, like, you know, people say what they want,
true.
but the way those dudes dance was just crazy. Like, and you just really don't see rappers dancing. Like, you just don't see that anymore.
Or the excitement over the dancing.
I would say,
too.
because the concert level, you'd have to satisfy that audience first.
Absolutely.
And then you bring out your release on the albums, because in Vanilla Ice's case, he opens for Hammer.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like, you just basically got the white version of Hammer, then Hammer comes on stage. Yeah. But the thing is too, is that, you know, Vanilla Ice was able to entertain all those levels.
The dude could dance.
You know?
Yeah.
I just think that that's missing. I mean, we're what 2011 is when
he passed 2011.
Yeah, so we're about almost a decade
over a
decade plus without Heavy D. So you would hope that like someone could take the blueprint and not take all of it.
But he laid it there.
It looks easy to fit in. And I think that's a testament to how good he was to actually give you the outlook of how simplistic this all looks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Oh, Kid and Play too.
Rappers
and dancing. Kid and Play, of
Salt
course.
Pepper.
Some guy was like,
Salt
not
Pepper
mentioning
too.
Sorry,
Kid and Play.
Kid and Play.
Almost busted a vessel.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, somewhere like that. I mean, there are, like, I think of Megan Thee Stallion. She's twerking though. So
it's just that's just twerking.
Yeah.
No disrespect,
It's, it's capitalizing on her sexuality.
I'm talking about like choreographed dancing,
Right,
like with actual, you know, like I said, choreography. Like it's Heavy D and the Boys. Like that was like their role. They were up there dancing with them.
Yeah.
Like, it was a whole show with it.
Wouldn't that be crazy though? Like that'd be like one of the most ultimate entertainers. Like somebody who could dance that good
and spit. Like that's like you would if you really could nail that right now.
Nobody has really like
Heavy D was the closest to reach the top of it.
Yeah,
because Hammer was there, Vanilla Ice was there.
Yeah,
but he lasted longer.
But it's like dude, he's the one that
he
rose
longer.
to the top after all that.
Yeah, that is crazy, dude. Because if you're saying Hammer was the last guy who was there, and
like Hammer and Vanilla, like they were there, but it just didn't last long.
Yeah, to put the biggest example, Hammer and Vanilla Ice are at the very top of the peak.
Yeah.
And Heavy D's there, but he's using real good climbing gear.
Right.
Yeah. He's lasting to the top.
Right.
He lasted longer.
Yeah.
Yes, he lasted longer than them.
Right. Interesting.
Because at the point where Hammer passes away, Vanilla Ice and by the time Heavy D passes away, Hammer and Vanilla Ice are already doing the like reality TV shows. They're trying to stay relevant.
Right. Long done.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man.
And then Vanilla Ice goes to rock. Grows dreads.
Right.
So yeah, he's going through a different phase
now
at that time.
Now he's in real estate or something now.
Yeah.
So.
And he's rapping again, thank God.
Peace to Heavy D. I really enjoyed this album.
Rest in peace, man.
I haven't, I've always known of Heavy D. I've always known he was a big figure. You know, he was somebody that Biggie looked up to, but I never I never like really sunk my teeth deep in knowing
dove
who
into
he
a
was.
project.
I listened to I think one of his solo albums, but even then I didn't really dive deep. As
We just had to wait till snow got on the top of our heads a little bit.
Exactly.
Get a little wisdom in there.
Took
It's
us
all
a little
good.
time, but you know what? That doesn't mean that it has to take you much time. Check out Heavy D like now while you can, and listen to like this work of art. Listen to a man who just had it all figured out.
Put your homies on game.
A
on
bigger than
Heavy D.
life, bigger than life figure that
He made hip-hop fun.
multi-talented,
Like, that's just-
crossover.
It was fun.
Early pioneer who like helped steer hip hop in the right direction, where hip hop was viable, thanks to Heavy D. And,
sure.
Also, you know, peace to him, because without him, who knows if we would have got like Biggie,
Yeah, imagine that
or some
timeline.
other artists like that are connected to Heavy D, Pete Rock, or you know, who knows. So peace to Heavy D, and you know, much respect to
peace.
this legend.
Piece of Heavy D in
whose
the
work
limousine.
will go on till infinity.
Yeah.
Legend.
Mark, let him have it, man.
To the MCs, if you drop a mic, drop a like.
Make sure to hit the follow button. Make sure to share. Do it all. Comment.
If this podcast was good to you, you better like
We
it.
wish you all a peaceful
It is
journey.
good to